There we go. There we go. Oh. Oh no. Is it lagging? No, it's not. Okay. Hooray. Hooray. Rock boy, that's me. That's me. Hi. Hello, everybody. How have you been today? Could be a better day. Not a big deal, though. Could be a better day. Hmm. How's everybody today? It's the Smoky, that's me. I'm trying to figure out why it didn't notify that I was live. The server didn't notify. This is a sad day. Doing fine, how are you? I'm doing okay. Could be a better day. It's very hot. Mm-hmm. Oh, shoot. You know, it is very hot today. It's very hot today. Ba, ba, ba. And then I think I'm just waiting for people to file in, and then we'll go do stuff. We reached 102 here. That sucks. That big sucks. What is this? Is this a building? I don't want to go towards the giant glowing white building. Oh, I can't. This is a big sad. I do like how liminal this place is. It's very nice. Liminal aesthetics are my deal. The bot is down, that's why. I picked a bad day, I guess. I just picked a bad day to go live. Well, once we get some people filed in here, we'll do class. Smokey is live. Hi, that's me. I'm what you would call the Smokey. Got my monster to start my day. I'm excited. What flavor of monster? Today I got Ultra Fantasy Ruby Red. Because I'm so cool. Wouldn't be the Smokey stream without a monster. It would not. I'm telling you, it would not. Spoon free. Hi. Do you guys like liminal worlds? I do. I really do like my liminal worlds. Hello, Smokey. Are you having a gem afternoon? It could be better. Could be better, but we're working at it. We're working hard. We're working hard. Hardly working. You know what I'm saying? Inner sniper fan. Hello. I'm just waiting for people to come in so we can do our stream today. I actually wrote down a stream itinerary. I'm in this like episode where I write everything down, and like it's been helping a lot. My worry is that like I won't be able to keep up with it at some point. They just die. Working while hard. I always work while hard. Oh shit, it's a rock twink. Oh no! Oh no! I don't know why it keeps doing that, and it's frustrating me. Haha! I did it. I succeeded. Yeah, I don't know why it was doing that to me, but that was quite frustrating. Oh, this isn't good. My stuff wasn't saved. Aww. That's big sad. That's big sad. Ooh, there's a TV here. Look at that. That's super cool lighting. Oh, I just gotta tough it out. What will class be today? We're gonna be doing terminology. No tests today, but we're gonna be doing terminology. Basically, your basic terminology stuff. I think it would be important. Some other people thought it would be important. That was the plan. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that would be a cool class? I think it would be. Oh my god. By the way, there's a new education furry that does space stuff, and I'm gonna go collab with them tonight. So that we can have a space education furry. I thought that would be super cool. One second. Oh, you're scary. Space star formation math is incredible, indeed. We're gonna do regolith. Do you guys know what regolith is? You guys know what regolith is? Or what if we all make choices while playing the Oregon Trail and see if we make it? But do your... Thanks, D&D. Hi, Koya! So, I'm thinking... Trying to think of, like... Rigolets are cool. I mostly know things about big balls of gas. Because it's painfully complicated. Yeah. But yeah, that's the plan. Oh no, this is turning into not a good day. My stuff isn't saving. Oh, thank God I was able to recover my slideshow. Whoo! Almost a bad day. Almost a bad day. Hi, Smokey in chat. Hi! It's good to see you guys. It's good to see you guys. Oh my God. What an interesting day. Yeah, no, we're gonna... Oh, man. I'm so out of it. It's so hot, and I'm so fucking out of it. Good evening. Hi, Goya. I think I already said that. Oh my God, I saw this. Somebody posted this for a One Piece animation or a One Piece intro they made. Oh my God, it was so good. I kind of want to make an anime intro. Would be fun. Would be fun. We need an intro for stream. That's what we need. Smoky anime confirmed. Oh my God, I would love an anime. I love animes. Yeah, anime all about rocks. There already is an anime about rocks. Action-packed with education. Oh my God. I had this dream for my, when I was a teenager. I was working on a story for an anime about, it was about this world-class boxing, this world-class boxing champion gets kidnapped from Earth and has to go compete in what I was calling the Galactic Boxing Federation. Could be like a waterfall of gems on one side of the screen and your Abby examining all the rocks on the other. Oh, that would be cool. But yeah, no, What was that? Ajax? Hey! Hey! Okay, you use your prime. You're off the hook now. We love Daddy Bezos' money, but we don't use our own. Not in this economy. Not in this economy. No, so my anime idea, because I wanted to make a manga, and I wanted it to be about this world-class boxing champion, and he gets kidnapped from Earth, and he has to battle. And I was like, oh, how do you make it interesting? Well, he goes and fights the Galactic Boxing Federation. So he has to fight like aliens with like 4 arms, or one guy's just a boulder, or one guy has knives for like elbows. Who knows? You know, I thought it would be fun. There's part of me that still wants to make it, but I wonder how hard it would be to make. Yeah, I wonder how hard that would be to make. Full productions are very challenging, I know, right? So like Dungeon Crawler Carl, how Carl has to fight against interdimensional beings? Kind of. Who pooped my pants? Thanks for the follow. I appreciate you. Have you read it, by the way? I have not. Have you gotten Schmeeds from a tripod? No, I have not. That one is peak? Oh, I'm gonna have to look into it. Okay, we're going to a new world. It's the same thing as the Bartle do? What? Ooh, this place is pretty. Okay, this is a cute world. Look at that. Like a little cabin. I like it. Anime title, help. I got trapped in the back rooms and my geology professor is a rock dog. That's crazy. That would be funny. That would be fun. So, just kind of vibing and chilling for a little bit. Well, Rosif, thank you for the follow. We're just kind of vibing for a little bit, and then we're gonna do class in just a couple minutes. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I don't know if I'm gonna make it after that. I'm gonna try and go for like 3 hours. I don't think I got this. Thank you for the head pat. Like I just feel so hot today, and not in the good way. Well, come on, tell me about your days. Tell me about your days. I'm so interested. Bruh, spoilers. They said stuff about the D&D. That's not spoilers. I get to play with gadolinium. Crazy. Finally. I made it to stream on time. Hooray! Okay. You know what really grinds my gears? So I don't know if you guys know this, but your boy Smokey can't gamble. I know. Here, wait. I'm gonna actually change the music for this. It's kind of funny. I love this song so much. Okay, so I don't know if you guys know this, but your boy Smokey can't gamble. Don't gamble, by the way. Don't do that. But I can't. Why? I might have got a little addicted. At some point, you start doing things that for like, oh, this helps me relieve stress. And then you start doing it a lot. Now, mind you, this was a long time ago. Okay. Right. Gamba is bad. Smokey does not support gambling. Smokey, however, got roped into the gambling will save your life type stuff. Anyways. I mean, rock searching might be the most primal way of gambling. I know. So when I was living in Detroit for a little bit, one of the things I would do to de-stress is there was a 7-Eleven right down the road, like 0.5 miles. And when I was super duper stressed, I would walk there and buy a scratch ticket. Well, as I got busier and time goes on, your boy stopped buying scratch tickets and found this nifty little website. Not saying the name, fuck them, by the way. They're very predatory. And started playing other games, right? I mean, Gamba bad chat. Gamba is bad. But I was addicted. Anyways, I beat gambling. So Smokey doesn't gamble anymore. I haven't gambled in almost a year and a half. I don't gamble at all. Okay? I understand. Bad habit. I broke the habit. You want to know what really grinds my fucking gears? As somebody who used to be addicted to this shit, all I get on YouTube for my homepage is, oh my god, guys, I won $50,000 at this casino. This slot went crazy. Guys, I got the mega grand jackpot on this slot machine. Nice, which means I can give you money without fear of you gambling it away. Yes. But all my YouTube recommended has been for like the past like 2 fucking weeks is gambling. I even watched like, so I'm a Pay Money Wubby fan. I like Pay Money Wubby. I know he gambles some. But then I'm watching like old FaZe members gamble, like FaZe Jarvis. He has a gambling channel, I think with his brother, and they just go around and play slot machines. And it pisses me off because I am one of those susceptible YouTube people that if the thumbnail is intriguing, I will click it. And it's not like it's not even like a gambling ad. It's the whole thing is gambling. The whole video. There's no ads in them. There's just, I went to gamble. I lost my money. And it all started, I think, with, I thought it was a different video, but the title of the video was, I gambled to buy 300 McChickens. I was like, oh, that's funny. I wonder what they're doing. Slots, obviously, and he fails at the end. He loses all his money. It's kind of funny. But after watching that, it is non-stop. Gamble. Slot machines. I won't stop getting sports and marketing betting ads, and I am sick of it. Same. It's kind of ironic. I know! I have a friend that lost 2,000 USD approximately in gambling. Thankfully, I think the guy's now off of it. Listen, I think it's a good idea that I got off of it. I am glad I don't gamble. But these videos are pissing me off, bro. Because it's just like over and over. I will scroll on my For You page. Thank you for the hydrate. I will scroll on my For You page over and over and over. And it'll be gambling. Watch me lose $10,000 in blackjack. I won $100,000 on slots. Wild Buffalo gave me the best win ever. I gambled at the world's largest casino, surviving the world's smallest casino. And it's like, oh my God, bro. Hey, Smokey, how's it going? It's going good. So my entire timeline is just filled with Smokey, you should gamble again. Smokey, you should gamble again. Smokey, you should gamble again. And it's like, no. How the fuck do you lose money in blackjack? Ask a casino, because they're really good at making you do so. I don't think a lot of these things, I think it's mostly like, oh, there's a house edge. But yeah, so suffice to say, Smokey does not gamble anymore. Like, ugh, it pisses me off. And they just think they can get away with it. Now the gambler look, however, has aura. I have watched, so my family, everybody knows I'm from Idaho. My family travels down to Arizona, right? Because that's where the Tucson Gem and Mineral Show is, the largest gem show on Earth. So to get there, there's two ways. You have the Salt Lake way, and then the Nevada way, right? The Nevada way, way better for traffic, slower, but you know what's always around? Casinos. So you go to Wells, or you go to Jackpot, casinos. Wells, casinos. In the gas station, casinos. There's gambling ads while I'm in the truck stop looking, you know, on the toilet. There's a gambling ad right in front of me like, you should gamble. And I have stayed in casinos while we are trying to drive down to Arizona. And what will happen is I have watched people waste life savings. One of the oldest, thank you for the follow, Ace, by the way. One of the oldest memories I can think of is I remember watching this old man while I'm walking. I'm 10 years old while I'm walking down the little aisle that kids are allowed to walk on in those like resort casinos. I see this man and he has a keychain, and there's got to be 100 credit cards on this thing. Like there's so many, and he's just, when one declines, he's just rolling them over, trying another. So trust me, I know gambling is bad. But these YouTube fucking videos is crazy. I don't understand how people could just post, I gambled this much at this casino, the world's largest slot casino. Oh no, it was really chafing my gears. The World Cup doesn't help? No, it doesn't. There's a specific outfit. Oh my God, there is a specific gambling outfit. I have thought about getting it for my Abby, just to be like, oh, that would be funny. Just ruin your algo with furries? That's the problem. My algorithm is this. My For You page is this. Gamble, furry, gamble, furry, gamble, furry, gamble, furry, Markiplier. So I think my algo is already ruined. But yeah, that's been my experience the past couple days. I'm putting my tinfoil hat on, but I am certain the casinos pay for those videos. They 100% do. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. Yes, they do. 100%. Not even like an if or an and. Hello, everybody. My name is Markiplier. But yeah, that's just grinding my gears. I'm opening my YouTube page right now, and I'm gonna just tell you guys these. Here, wait. I survived 50 hours at a casino with only $200. Scrolling, looking for another funny title. Let's see. Gambling to survive in the desert for 24 hours. I stole jackpots from old people at the casino. Do you guys see my point? Do you watch or listen to Distractable? A little bit. I'm trying to get more into it. Like, some of these titles and thumbnails are fucking terrible. See, and then, like, my other stuff is furry TikToks that aren't... What? Furry TikToks that aren't sure if it'll fit. Okay, furries are becoming popular. Here's why. It's just this. It's just furries and gambling. It's furries and gambling. It's so bad. That's a screw title if I've ever heard one. Oh my god, it's so bad. It's so bad that YouTube, okay, you know at the top of your For You page where it says gaming, all podcasts, music, whatever. Mine says gaming, podcasts, progressive jackpots. And progressive jackpots, I'm going to read you the first 6 titles, okay? I did a $5,000 slot battle versus my brother. I survived in Vegas for 72 hours off only my winnings. We did a $5,000 slot battle in Vegas. Gambling drunk versus sober to see which wins more. UK versus Vegas casinos. I bet $100 at every casino in Vegas. Like, it's that bad. Like, I can't escape this. County, thank you for the follow. I made an anthro slot machine and got furries addicted to gambling, not clickbait. I'd work as a croupier to specifically watch terrible people lose their money. And because I know a few cardistry tricks, that's crazy. But you see what I mean? Like, I feel like, okay, this is tinfoil hats on, everybody. My personal theory is that they are targeting me because I am an ex-gambling addict. That is my personal theory. That YouTube is targeting me and it hates me. Okay, so what gemstone would represent hot and cold? Or represent ice or cold? There's actually ice that technically behaves more like rocks. Yeah, I don't think that's even a theory. I'm dead sure that this is what is happening to me. And it sucks. Because it's like, what do I even do? How do I combat this? I don't think there's anything I can do. But how does it know? How does it know? I saw so many different structures. It's crazy. I love it when we discover a new ice. Same. Is that if there is a rock gotcha, we might lose Smokey. If there's a rock gotcha, it's over. It's Jover. I will leave the internet. See, now I have to make it. I have an elevator pitch for you now. I'm gonna coin a sex-themed slot machine in like bathhouses or such places to determine your fate in there for the night. That's crazy. See, and it's just like, I don't even know what I'm supposed to do. Like, I can't turn it off. And like, you know what really gets me? A lot of these things don't include like gambling helplines. Luckily, I know them. But God, the next 6 are fucking so stupid. What to do if you win 1 billion? Lottery lawyer explains. I hit a hand pay on almost every slot machine. Trapped in an airport casino until I hit a jackpot. I survived 24 hours in a casino with only $100. Gambling $50,000 for 50K subscribers. Use the hamburger menu and just don't recommend this channel, all of them. I know, that's what I'm probably gonna do, but it just frustrates me that I have to go to such an extent to protect my own mental health when it feels like I'm being preyed upon. You know what I mean? Like, that's what gets me. It feels like I'm being preyed upon, and I don't like that. But yeah, that's been my experience the past couple days. Recovering gambling addict. You know what I'm going to title this video? Recovering gambling addict complaints about gambling on YouTube. Genius. I'm a genius, everybody. I'm a genius, everybody. Oh. Or try to flood your algorithm with other stuff. Chemistry YouTube is great. I know, I have like rock YouTube and stuff on my timeline and stuff. It's just, it is a majority furries and gambling right now, and I don't know why. Have you seen those Jade gambling videos? That's actually my theory of how I got into this. I think I was watching the Jade gambling videos, and then it was like, oh, gambling? And then it was like, slot machine. Slot machine. But yeah, that is the plan. My favorite ice phase is Ice 2 because it sounds like a bad sequel. That's crazy. Oof. Okay, I think we'll start our class. There's no test today. We're mostly just gonna go over terms. I want to prepare you guys to hear more like gemology stuff. So just remember, no test today. So this is relaxing day. I still recommend you write stuff down because I think this stuff will be good for you. And then there's another rooms world we can explore. Firearms YouTube is great, but I'm picky with mine. Many will shove their beliefs down your throat, and I avoid those dudes. Same with like bike channels recently. Like I've noticed that like bike YouTube channels. There's this one bike YouTuber that's from Idaho, and he at the end of every video he includes he includes a verse that he likes, I guess. Okay, so what I want to try this time is we're gonna boop. Okay. Now my goal is I need to see the angle of this. I feel like I got that way better this time. Hooray! Like traffic swimming channels and just general vlogs. Oh, we get to see the setup. Yeah. Boom, I think that looks pretty good. And then what we should do is I should be able to open VR properties, VR filters. Bam! Bam! I was watching this guy the other day on TikTok, and it's like this circle that goes, and you click it when it hits a certain slide. It's like a Dead by Daylight skill check, and every time he hits it, he's like, "Pow! Pow!" I love it so much. Are we watching Bill Nye's Teacher? No, we're getting ready to do our slide presentation. I will probably have to move. No, I think I could just do this. Do. Bam. I think I actually got that pretty good this time. I'm just making sure it's all right now. Just about got it, I think. Hooray. What were you looking at? Oh, you guys are talking in chat? Oh, cute. Okay, perfect. We're going to talk about our gemstone terminology today. How do you guys think? What do you guys think of the look? What do you guys think? Did I do better than last time? I think I did. I think it looks a lot better than last time. I'm gonna be honest. think last time I got it really bad. Okay. So I'm not going to be doing too much today. We're going to try and keep it as simplistic as possible. Okay? So we're going to try and keep it as simple as possible. Go from there. Okay? So, don't worry. I'm not gonna write down too much. Like I said, we're just, thank you for the stretch. We are mostly just trying to understand. Okay. So, Reyes actually gave me like the idea to do book club stuff, but we support people who have these ideas. So go support them, please, and thank you. Okay, we're gonna switch gears, and we're gonna start doing it now. Okay, we love Reyes. Okay, Gemstone Terminology. Does anybody know anything about, for example, the terminology we use in as jewelers? Do you guys have any ideas? Do you guys know why it's important is the main thing? No, sorry. So gemstone terminology is important because this is the type of stuff that you're going to see in like a gemstone report, a dealer description, or a GIA certificate. That's why it's important, okay? Because every discipline is a language. Technically, yes. But when we talk about specifically gemstones, the reason why they're so important is because these are the things we will be looking for when purchasing, okay? Boom, 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 boom. Okay. That is why it is important. Okay. Next slide. Okay. Rock words are good. Okay. Let me check how this looks on stream because I'm kind of worried. Oh, that looks fine. It looks okay. I can fix it a little bit, probably. That should be better. Is that better? Okay, that looks better. Okay. So, in this example, we're going to be talking about, for example, our refractive index. And a gem's refractive index is the ratio of speed of the speed of light in air to the speed of light through the gem, right? Gemologists calculate a gem's RI by dividing the speed of light in a vacuum by the speed of light as it passes through the gem, where it slows down whenever it enters the gemstone. So RI is always a number greater than 1, okay? Since RI ranges have been well established, gemologists measure it with an instrument called a refractometer as a primary identification tool. Now, here's a good example. Diamonds have an RI of 2.417, right? Which is exceptionally high. That's why people like diamonds, okay? Whereas like when you think of quartz usually is like a 1.4. White sapphire is a 1.7, right? Now, mind you, I am giving you loose numbers. A lot of this is more specific, but that's something important. But that's our refractive index. Okay, and a good way to see this, for example, is on this picture I included of where light enters and then it shifts and then exits. Okay, and then I included a diagram as well. Okay, what do you guys think of RI? Do you guys have any questions about RI before we move on? Bum, 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 bum. Okay, I think I'm gonna move on. Isn't too high in RI sometimes seen as like cartoony? Like in the case of synthetic gems? Yes, actually. So too high of an RI, people really max them out at like 2.4 for diamonds. Anything past that, people aren't the super fans on. But you can get higher than diamonds. Like for a good example is one thing that so there's a garnet called a demantoid, which has a, quote, diamond-like sparkle, and people like that. But I think it's a little higher, but it's green. Okay, we're going to move on to birefringence, or double refraction. Okay? I don't know why I pronounced it like that, but we're going to ignore that. Double refraction gemstones are gemstones that form in any crystal system except the isometric or amorphous. Those are birefringent. I got that right. When light enters a double refractive material, it is split into two separate rays, each traveling at a different speed and therefore possessing a different refractive index. So a big thing when they're in gems is when they're testing gems, they'll say, oh, well, is it double refractive, right? This is a big indicator on how we can tell things apart. Gemologists measure double refraction as the numerical difference between a gem's highest and lowest RI. Okay? So this is an example. Natural zircon has a high double refraction, which is why the doubled edges of its back facets are often visible under a 10x magnification. Okay? Are there any questions about double refraction? Are we good there? Okay, I think we'll move on. Pleochroism. Pleochroism describes a variation of color with the direction of doubly refractive gems. Gems in the orthorhombic, monoclinic, and triclinic systems have two optic axes, but 3 RIs. Okay? So they refract light at 3 different speeds. These are biaxial gems and may show up to 3 colors, which is called trichroism. Colorless gems may not show pleochroism, and isotropic or single refractive gems like diamonds and garnets never show true pleochroism. D&D, sorry I have to go. Good night. Good night. So this is a great example. A good example is right here. I put an example of tanzanite. Tanzanite displays what's called trichroism. So it'll show a light purple on the front, then it'll show a gray blue from the side, and then a reddish brown along the vertical axis. Okay? This is why cutters orient the rough of tanzanite very, very, very carefully to maximize the desired violet color. Awesome. Are there any questions? Okay, we'll move on. Inclusions. Okay? Inclusions. Now, this will be covered more when we start talking about opticals, like things in gemstones. But an inclusion is any material trapped inside a gem during its formation. Internal features that affect its appearance and can serve as identification markers. Diamonds formed by extreme heat and pressure deep within the earth often contain unique, what they call birthmarks, either internal inclusions or external blemishes that are essentially unique to each stone. In the future, you should talk about optical properties in polarized and cross-polarized light for probably. Right now, I want to go over basics. I don't want to go in. For people like us, Kat, where we know a lot, we know this, right? But what we're trying to do is put it to a broader audience, right? Like if I talk about that, I instantly people start tuning out. That we got to get them in the door. Okay. Now, a famous inclusions are like emeralds are famous for its what's called Jarden, Jarden, which is garden in French. A dense network of fractured filed inclusions considered normal and expected for the species. Get them in the door and lock it behind them. Crazy cats. Crazy. I believe an ad just went through. So let's wait for our people to come back. We must wait for our peoples. Salute, my friends. Salute. Rockies, we're thinking of them. We're thinking of them. They got locked behind the ads. So we'll wait a couple minutes while people file back in from the ads. Bum 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 bum. Do do do. They should use Daddy Beeps, Daddy Bezos money. No, we don't advocate for people spending money here. We advocate for the pursuit of knowledge. Okay. Seems like everybody's back. We'll move on. Okay. Now on here, I have some cool... I'm going to make a controversial opinion, guys. I'm going to make a controversial opinion, and everybody's going to hate me for it, but I want you guys to be able to see it better, so it's going away. Give me 1 second to fix it. Filters, and the chroma key off. I just want you guys to be able to see it. Sorry. And then we'll turn the filter off. Okay. You know, that's my apologies, chat. I just wanted people to be able to see it. I really didn't think about it. One second, friends. Okay, can you guys see me? Can we see me? Do I look fine? Can we see me? Sorry, I thought this would be better. Okay. Is this better? Is this better? Do you guys prefer this to the TV? I always thought the TV would be a good idea, but now I'm starting to rethink it because I feel bad. Let me... Ooh. Bum, 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 bum. Well, I think we'll just go with this for now. All green screened in. Yeah. I think this will work. I think this will work better. Let's move our boy. There we go. Look, it's Rocky. He's here. Okay. I'm sorry. Thought that the other one would look good. Turns out I was wrong. Booze in the chat for Smokey. Booze in the chat. I did a bad job. I'll be honest. I kind of did a bad job on that. Okay. Okay. Got to get oriented where I know which side of stuff's on. Okay, so right is this side. Okay, so I put some examples of some common inclusion types here. And then you can kind of see them. So you have a bearded girdle, a bruise, cavity, a chip, pinpoints or clouds, crystal, feathers, grain center or internal graining, indented nature, internal laser drilling holes. Now this isn't important for like fake stuff. Knot needles and twinning wisp. Okay, we're gonna move on. Okay. Now, clarity. A gemstone's clarity grade indicates the relative absence of inclusions, fractures, and blemishes that affect its appearance and structural integrity. Clarity is one of the 4 C's of gemstones. You guys know the 4 C's. If you don't, YouTube VOD gemstone basics. Opaque or translucent gems have different clarity standards than transparent gems. So this is, for example, I put over here. Diamonds are graded on a scale from flawless, which is FL, to I3. Your I3 is going to be right here. Okay? Does that make sense, guys? So you can see as you go from I3 all the way to like I1, you can see where the inclusions reduce. And then over here, whereas like VVS, or a better example is over here, because there's VVS one, which has very slight inclusions. FL over here is flawless. Like there are no internal stuffs. Okay? Luster. Luster simply means how a gem's surface looks when it refracts light. Gemology uses evocative terms like adamantine, vitreous, silky, greasy, resinous, and pearly to describe it. Okay, now I got some of those on here. For example, you have like your adamantine and your vitreous, your pearly, your resinous, your silky, your greasy. But I also included some metal ones, right? Because there are metallic lusters as well. Okay? Makes sense to me? Good. Then, by popular demand, cleavage. We love looking at cleavage. So, cleavage is just as wood is easier to split within the grains, within the grain than against it. Gemstone cleavage is the tendency of certain crystals to break along definite plane structures. If there are planes in crystal structure with relative weak atomic bonds, the crystal is more likely to break along those planes. A break that doesn't occur along cleavage planes is instead called a fracture or a parting. I see most people tend to confuse is the difference between vitreous and adamantine lusters. Yeah, they tend to do that. And as you go through like more and more of these, we'll kind of get onto it. Now, for cleavage, topaz has perfect basal cleavage, meaning a sharp blow in the right direction can split the stone cleanly. Okay? And this is mostly a thing for like lapidary people, but you can see the directions of cleavage here, and then you can see like the shapes and all this. So I tried to get the best picture I could. Fractures. Fracture is the way a mineral breaks other than along cleavage direction. Descriptive terms include conchoidal, which is like shell-like, with concentric curved lines. Fibrous or splintery. Hackly, which is sharp, jagged points. And uneven, a rough surface with no sharp points. So obsidian naturally occurs, or naturally occurring volcanic glass has a classic conchoidal fracture. Okay? Are there any questions so far? Any questions at all? I would love to answer any questions so far. Any questions? Zura got a question. Okay. Why does the density of a gem not have a metric? It does. It does have a metric. It does have a metric. We're going to get there. Or the specific gravity. It does have a specific gravity. Specific gravity is actually really important in gemstones. It's actually one of the slides. Let me see. It's actually the slide right after this. See, I thought of everything. Bum, 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 bum. Do you do song requests? If yes, can you play waveform? Is it copyright? That's my big thing. I don't typically do song requests unless it's not copyright. Okay, we're moving on. The Mohs scale, okay? And the Mohs scale is pretty important, okay? The Mohs scale, or hardness scale, measures a mineral's resistance to scratching, ranked on the 10-point Mohs scale established in 1812. Each mineral, or gem, can scratch those below it and be scratched by those above it. Hardness is not the same as toughness, resistance to breaking. A gem can be hard, yet still brittle. For example, corundum, rubies and sapphires, sit at a 9 on the Mohs scale, second only to diamonds at a 10. Yet corundum has no cleavage, making it both extremely hard and quite tough for jewelry. And if I pull this up, to give you guys an idea, corundum is here, diamonds, topaz, but this also has other stuff on it. So you can see the things like, you know, hardened steel, cubic zirconium, boron, so on. You should play You Know Miles, Light Up Sketchers. No. No. Okay. Here's another example of Mohs scale. This is the Victor's hardness versus Mohs hardness. And you can see how here it is not a linear thing, right? Diamonds are way harder. Then you can see over here, the most hardness with the, like, masonry bits, knives, pennies, like up to 3 you can scratch it with your fingernail. It's so funny that you can scratch phosphorus with candle wax. I know, right? But it is important for us to know. Okay, Zura, this is for you. Specific gravity. Specific gravity is the ratio of a gem's density weight to the weight of an equal volume of water. A reliable diagnostic tool because each gemstone type has a consistent specific gravity range. The measurement is particularly useful for identifying rough or carved stones that other tests are difficult to perform. Okay, so cubic zirconium, or CZ, a common diamond simulant, has an SG far exceeding that of diamond and most natural gemstones. One of the easiest ways to tell them apart is by weight and density alone. Okay? Any questions so far? We're going to move on to the next page I have. This is weird. This is weird. I don't know how to feel about this because this is weird. I don't have, like, stuff to point at. I have to point with my hands. Okay, we're moving on. Fluorescence. Fluorescence is the glow of certain gems that fluorescence is the glow certain gems produce when exposed to ultraviolet light. GIA gemologists use shortwave UV and longwave UV to check for fluorescence, which can help uncover gemstone identity and detect certain threats. Kunzite displays a characteristic orange fluorescence under longwave UV, while Burmese marble hosts rubies, or Burmese marble hosted rubies, can show bright red fluorescence under both shortwave and longwave. Okay. Dispersion. Dispersion is a measurement that indicates how much light is spread into its spectral colors by a gem material. A ray of white light striking a prism splits into red, orange. It splits into red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Jewelers call this effect fire. Every wavelength of light travels at a different velocity through a gem, and the difference in refractive index between wavelengths is what produces dispersion. In physics, all things technically fluoresce, but in gemology, it just happens to happen in a color range we can see. Yes. Okay. So diamonds have a relatively high dispersion value, which is a major contributor to its characteristic, like, the sparkle everybody likes. Okay. Now, specifically, gemstone scintillation, I believe I pronounced that right. Scintillation. Scintillation refers to the contrast of light and dark spots in a gemstone. It is an indication of the different light patterns observed when the stone, light source, and observer moves. It is a distinct from both brilliance, overall light return, and dispersion or color flashes. For example, a well-cut diamond is faceted specifically to maximize scintillation, creating the sparkling checkerboard pattern of bright and dark facets as the stone moves. You can fluoresce if you eat glow sticks. I wish. Okay, are there any questions for me yet? I'm trying not to go too fast, by the way. I'm trying to slow it down. But I took a little time on this. Anyways, let me move around so you guys can see the different pictures I picked. I got an old fossil class question in my notes. Say a predator or fossil say a predator was fossilized as it's devouring its prey. Would it be a regular fossil, trace fossil, or both? Technically, it can be a lot of those. It would be both, because a trace fossil traces activity, right? So, okay, here's the actual answer to that question, right? If you're talking about the whole fossilized skeletons of it, right? The fossilized skeleton as a whole is a fossil, right? But the fossils specifically noting activity. So that would be things with like bite marks or things like that. Like if it had its mouth shut on a bone, the mouth and the bone are then trace fossils, right? Because they trace activity. Does that make sense? So it would technically be both, but it would be split, right? Because you have fossils that record activity and fossils that don't. Anyways, we move on. Hue, tone, and saturation. Gem color is described using 3 separate components. Hue reflects the base color we see. When most people say color, they actually mean hue. Tone refers to the gem's relative lightness and darkness. Saturation, also called chroma, refers to the hue's intensity and vividness. How much it differs from a gray or the same lightness. No, I missed class. Hi! There's no test today, Avis Corvus. We're just doing mostly like, we're just doing gemstone terminology. Just to kind of get people up to speed. Now, an example of hue, tone, and saturation is a fine morganite might be described as slightly purplish pink in hue, medium light tone, with strong saturation. All 3 components together determine its market value. Okay? Any questions here? I do have another one for here. So there you go. If that kind of helps you guys. Bum, 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 bum. I gotta go to dinner. I love the new outfit. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Put on some pants. Never! Never. I'm a furry. I don't need that. Hey, we reached the follower goal. I think. Yeah, I think we reached the follower goal. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Tone is also called value if you're used to using color data structures. Yes, but we're talking gemology. I'll leave my computer on so you have my view. Bye. Bye, Avis Corvus. We appreciate you. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Oh, this. Okay. Allochromatic. Some gemstones can have many different color varieties, while others only occur in a single color. Gemologists call these allochromatic and idiochromatic gems, retrospectively. Allochromatic gems are colored by trace elements, not intrinsic to their chemical structure. So basically, allochromatic gems are colored by trace elements, not elements that are necessary for its formation. Dr. Freak, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Okay. Then idiochromatic. Idiochromatic gems get their color from elements essential to their own chemical formula. Okay. So this is for an example. Emeralds are allochromatic. They're colored by trace chromium and or vanadium in an otherwise clockwork beryl structure. Pure beryl is called goshenite. We know this. But peridot, by contrast, is idiochromatic. The iron is a fundamental part of its chemical formula. That's why it's always green. There are tests. Wait, what? There are tests. It's been so long since I've been in a class that even remotely covered this material, and that was only an Earth space class about 25 to 20 years ago. Yeah, we do tests here. We do tests. People who do tests, people who do the tests get a chance to, if they do really good and really try in the class, then they get a personal piece of my collection of gemstones. So they get a gemstone from my personal collection. Okay, moving on. Carat weight. A carat is a unit of weight for gems equal to 200 milligrams or 1/5 of a gram. Do not confuse carat with a C with carat with a K, because carat for gold purity is with a K. Okay. The Hope Diamond, for example, weighs 45.52 carats. Using a standardized modern carat weight adopted internationally in the 20th century. Now, we were talking about it. Specific gravity. Something super dense that's 1 carat might be smaller than something that's light and has the same density. Make sense? Or that has a lower density, that carat weight might be lower. So I eat the gemstone, I got it. Yes, you do. Now this is understanding the carat weight of gemstones. Okay? I heard carrots are good for the eyes. They are. They are good for your eyes. Okay? Then, really quickly, we're going to cover the difference between a facet and a cabochon. A facet is just a stone cut on angular points to refract light in a perfect way. Okay? So, they have a crown, a pavilion, a girdle. The top is large. Flat facet on the top, used as a window for the gem's interior, whereas a cabochon features a smooth domed surface on the top with a flat or slightly curved bottom. Can't see with them in my eye. Well, you gotta try harder. Okay, doublets and triplets. This is specifically usually used for opal, but also can be used for things like turquoise and such. So, for example, a doublet is, for example, an opal. You have a black backing and an opal on top, right? That's a doublet. Then you can have this doublet, right? You can have a flat doublet or a rounded doublet, right? Then you have a triplet, and a triplet has black backing, opal, then quartz on top, okay? Here's another example. So you have, let me make sure I'm doing this right. Okay. You have a solid opal, a doublet, and a triplet. Now, this is right. In Australia, they usually use black potch or ironstone. I personally use basalt. Do never use plastic or glass, only use quartz. Carrots are not good for the eye though, right? Yes, carrots are good for the eyes, but carrots are not good for the eyes. I thought I had 3 weeks till I had to start school. What happened? You have to do it. You have to do it. Okay. How many did I do? Oh my god, I'm so stupid. Okay. Synthetic, simulant, or treatment. Okay? There are 3 terms that are frequently confused, but they mean very different things. A synthetic, for example, this is synthetic, what they call synthetic cat's eyes. A synthetic has essentially the same chemical composition, crystal structure, and optical, physical property as its natural counterpart, but grows in a laboratory, right? A simulant, for example, these are simulants. A simulant is a material used as a substitute for another gem, but has a very different chemical composition. For example, these are things that are used to simulate diamonds, right? You got moissanite, cubic zirconium, rhinestone, white sapphire, spinel, rutile, all sorts of stuff, okay? Then you have treatment, and treatment or enhancement is a process used to alter the color or apparent clarity or durability of an existing natural or synthetic gem, right? It's like how you would use these sapphires to go to a blue, or make this purple amethyst this color, okay? How are we doing? Does anybody have any questions for me? Any questions for Smokey? Okay, we're gonna move on. Chromophore. You guys know what a chromophore is? A chromophore is a trace element or point deflect, or sorry, I keep misreading because I'm fucking dyslexic. It bothers me. A chromophore is a trace element or point defect within a gem's crystal structure that absorbs specific wavelengths of visible light, causing the gem to display color. Some gems containing trace or impurities of light-absorbing elements that act as chromophores. Okay? The two largest groups of chromophore active elements are the transition metals chromium, iron, copper, nickel, and others. Okay? And less commonly rare earth, the rare earth series. Okay? So, for example, in ruby, the CR3+, I believe that is chromium. No. In any case, is directly responsible for the red. That's chromium. Is directly responsible for the red to pink coloration. In blue sapphires, an entirely different chromophore pairing, which is iron combined with titanium, I believe, is responsible for the blue color. Make an example. There we go. Parting. We talked about fractures earlier, but there's also a type called parting. Parting refers to the breakage of a mineral along directions of structural weakness, such as twinning. Unlike cleavage, parting isn't present in all specimens of given species. It results from an individual growth history of a particular crystal. Not the atomic structure, not the crystal structure. It's basically just how it grew. All fluorites, for example, have perfect cleavage, but not all fluorite specimens show parting. Okay? Corundum, rubies, and sapphires can display parting along twin planes, even though corundum has no true cleavage. A distinction gemologists must recognize when assessing durability risk. Were those the inspiration to treatment to bring out colors? No, treatment has always been used in gems. Treatment, if you can enhance something, people will enhance it, because it is way cheaper to buy something and enhance it into something else than to buy the true thing, right? So people have always been, heating gems and treating them in weird ways. Okay. Give me a second. I'm probably going to pronounce this wrong. Wowzers. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Okay. You're going to have to give me a second to pronounce this right. Diaphaneity. I believe that is diaphaneity. Diaphaneity. This is transparency, translucency, or opacity. Diaphaneity, I'm butchering this, but we're gonna go with it, describes how much light a gem can transmit and how scattered the light is when it exits the gem. A transparent gem transmits light with little scattering, allowing the image to be seen through it clearly. A translucent gem transmits light but scatters it so the image cannot be seen clearly. An opaque gem transmits essentially no light at all, right? So for example, jadeite can occur across the full transparent, translucent, opaque range. So from opaque ultra grade material to the rare, highly prized imperial jade. Okay, next. Color zoning. Color zoning is an uneven distribution of color within a gemstone, often caused by temperature change or the uneven incorporation of trace elements during the gem's formation. Hi, Zoro! Many natural gems show a degree of color zoning, which is often actually the indicator of the natural origin. Skilled cutters can mute the face-up effects of unwanted zoning by orientating it to run parallel to the girdle, or can deliberately showcase it as a design feature. I'm gonna be doing D&D tomorrow. Awesome. Watermelon tourmaline, my goat. I know it's the goat, right? We love watermelon. Watermelon. Ametrine, for example. Do you guys know what ametrine is? It literally is amethyst and citrine in one stone. But it shows different colors, so it's orange and purple. That's a good example of color zoning. Streak. Streak is the color of the line powder produced when a material is rubbed against an unglazed porcelain plate, a standard mineralogical diagnostic test. Though rarely used by gemologists, since it can damage a finished gem, obviously. Most gem species leave a white or colorless streak regardless of their body color, especially alchromatic gems, since the color-causing trace elements are present in far too low of a concentration. Okay? Here's a good example. Like you can see all the different streaks that you can get. Geology, where licking the science is sometimes required. No! Do not lick rocks. Coincidentally, Streak is how Smokey is starting his short tomorrow. No, I can actually tell you how I'm starting my short tomorrow. It's probably, have you seen the moon? And then it's my ass. Anyways. Light phenomenon. Okay, we have talked a lot about this. We have talked about chatoyancy, which is cat's eyes. We've talked about asterism, which is stars. Okay, light phenomenons are important in gemstones, and we know this. Okay, moonstones display something called adolescence, which is something we haven't talked about yet, so I'll explain it a little bit. Adolescence is a light that appears to billow or float across a gem surface when an appearance of motion caused by the light scattering between microscopically thin stacked layers of intergrown feldspar crystals. Okay? 12-point sapphires, my beloved. Oh, so cool. But opals have its own thing, right? But light phenomenons are important. Okay? Here's a little thing I put at the end as well, like tenbriescence, pleochroism. You have color change as well, and then so on and so forth. Sunstone has something called aventurism. Aventurescence. I don't know. As a geoscientist, I will not confirm the true number of rocks I lick a week. I hate anybody who licks rocks. My last question for you guys. Why are you gay? That was it. That was my class. That was my class. That is my class. So, key takeaways. There's not a whole lot of key takeaways for this class. There's, it's just stuff. But I hope I did well. I hope you guys liked it. I hope I did well. I hope I did well. I hope I did well, chat. I missed like the whole thing a little bit, but it's okay. It's not a big deal. We have to bring in our favorite rocks for homework. I think we're actually going to do a stream. I want to do, okay. Rock show and tell for next class. Listen up. Okay, I'm going to do the teacher thing. Eyes up. Listen. Okay. Saturday, we are going to be doing another class, right? What we're going to do is there will be a new channel in the Discord. I don't want any talking in there. I will probably delete it all. What you're going to do is you're going to be posting your show and tell, okay? I will pick one or two, maybe three, okay? And what's going to happen is at the front of our class, I will say we're going to do our show and tell. You are going to hop in a call with me, if possible, or leave me a voice message or whatever to tell us about your show and tell. I thought that would be fun. I'll find a rock at work. My collection got lost when my family threw me out like 10 years ago. You gotta collect some rocks. I thought it would be fun. I thought it would be a fun way to get you guys more involved in class. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Do you guys think that will be fun? When's the show and tell again? It will be Saturday. And it could be any gemstone. Or not even a gemstone. It could be any rock. Just, we want to hear stories about how you found it or what it means to you. It could be jewelry. It can be anything. Anything mineralogically, geology, or gemology, like, done. You can also go take a picture of a mountain and tell us this is the name of the mountain, and so on and so forth. Star, whatever you post will be fine. That should count. That will count. But basically, I want to talk to you guys one-on-one during stream, so you would be on stream, or we could record something before. This is why we're doing it now. But I will pick 3, and then we're gonna talk. I want to talk to you about how they made you feel, where you got them, why gemology is important to you. Okay. The first few that started my love of stones, small handful of one specific type. We'll see. There you go. Okay. So that is my plan. That is my plan for the future. The future. The future. I don't want to be boring. I feel like I'm so boring today. You're fine, Teach. Thank you. Any quiz for today? Nope. It was just talking about terminology. We want to talk more about terminology to get it going. Why is there a hype train? It doesn't tell me. What? Oh, it wasn't a hype train. I'm so dumb with this fucking Twitch stuff. It's like, oh, I hate how it in the chat. It's like, you guys should sub. You guys should sub. No. Definitely not boring. Awesome. It means a lot. Just joined and having a great time. I miss being a nerd. The whole point of doing this is to increase our awareness of amazing gems. But we need the Garnet song. I mean, that is true. I won't deny it. That is true. But the economy is pretty terrible right now, and I have no expectation to do this for money. So it's not a big deal. Crimson Candy, thank you for the follow. Want to get it before my school starts? That's fair. But yeah, it's one of those things. I don't have any expectation for money. I do this because I can and because I want to. Also, because I mostly stream to have content for YouTube, because I am lazy and I don't film anything for YouTube. But I need to grow my YouTube. By the way, we passed 9,000 on YouTube, I think. Speaking of garnets, I need to get photos of some I found last Sunday. Awesome. That'd be sick. Make sure to show them to us. Yeah, we passed 9,100 on the YouTube. Hooray! Hooray! We might get to 10,000 here soon. Oh, that's so cool. I'm really grinding on the long form stuff because I'm really trying to get monetization on YouTube because I really don't want people to have to sub and stuff. All jokes aside, do what you want, as I've seen a few friends do what they thought was popular and lost all motivation to do it a few years back. Well, listen, I'll do only what I want. I will never, ever, ever bow to this whole, like, system. We're gonna have a real talk real quick. One of the things that truly gets on my nerves... This is not the right music for this. One of the things that truly gets on my nerves when people talk about my content is like, oh my god, you're just the Goonerbait guy. And it's like, of course I am. But I am authentically me 100% of the time. All of those videos are me. Am I definitely using the system that is in place right now to educate and to gain on the system? Yes. Does it appease to my goal to further educate the furry fandom? Yes. At the end of the day, I have one goal. I want there to be more gemologists, more mineralogists, and more geologists in the furry fandom. That's what I want. If I can help do that, that's what I'm going to do. The secondary goal that I have that is like not as important, but still important to me, is to encourage the active pursuit of knowledge and teaching in the furry fandom. This is why I actively try and tell you guys about the new people who are teaching in the fandom, right? I see no reason why we can't, as a community, get together and learn. This is why with the new space furry, this is why I'm taking it very serious to help them, because that is something I can't do. I don't talk about space. I'm not knowledgeable in that. But if we have somebody that can do it, that can teach, I will 100% push that. A great teacher reaches the people who want to learn, people where they are. Exactly. Sharing skills and knowledge is magical, but also sharing the love of teaching as well, right? I am trying to prove that even though, admittedly, I'll admit it, I am a gremlin. I just talk. I am one of the most bait short form creators in the furry fandom. I will full on admit it. I do use bait to get where I need to go, right? But why? But why can't I? I'm only using the system that is in place. I see a lot of like people who are like, oh my god, I just want to learn about the rocks. Guys, if I didn't structure the videos the way that they were, you guys wouldn't even know I exist. You think people just stick around when I'm like, do you know what fluorophyllite is? Doxy J on Twitter and Insta is starting a series on educating medical terms, and I'm pretty hyped about that. That's good. I'm kind of sad to hear you call yourself bait because you are genuinely an attractive person. I'm meaning in the sense of like my videos, people view me as the Gunner bait rock guy, which technically is true. Do I want it to be true? No. But I'm using a system that's already in place for me. It's just how we are as a community. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that I am taking advantage of it to teach. The pure shock value is what stopped me in my tracks, and the first time I found your videos. The whole point is that if I didn't structure the videos the way I did, if I didn't continue to adapt and get better and better and better and better at doing this, nobody here would be learning about rocks. I have had 2 people message me that they're going to GIA to get their gemology degree because I inspired the teaching of rocks in them. You found a way to drive engagement on your videos, and I applaud that. I kind of wanted the gem and stones, but being told I'd be made to learn for staring at butt, I kind of felt the need to respectfully stare harder. Crazy. I scrolled on YouTube shorts and got flashbanged by you thirsting for werewolves. And by the time I recovered, I learned about rocks. Exactly. And I will continue. I've said this multiple times. I will continue to teach. I will continue to grow and adapt, and I don't want to say like a leader or pillar in the community, because that's just not true. But I want to get to that point where I am a pillar for educational furries. That is the goal. Education is really important right now, not to get too political, but distrust in science has been severely gutted and distrusted among the general public. Exactly. And this is why rocks and stuff are so important. Rocks explain everything. Rocks and gems and minerals and geology just as a whole, it explains so much. And I think a lot of people take for granted the things that they step on and walk on every day. You defo already an educator. I know. I just want to be a pillar in the community to strive for education. That is my main goal. My main goal is to blow up and then act like I don't know nobody. But that is the goal. And I will keep on trying. This week I'll find one in someone's yard. That's crazy. Honestly, I really want to create educational content as well. You are definitely inspiring me. That's the point. Can't do rocks though, that's my thing. I'll fight you. I'm joking, by the way. Starting my gemology career unironically forced me to learn Shin Kazan because of crit angles. I didn't get taught it in high school, and it was kind of embarrassing blind spot in my education. Motherfucker, I didn't know shit about rocks till you got recommended to me by a friend. $20 against Smokey. Nah, I'm winning. Smokey, what is my Sona? What is your Sona? I am a rock dog. I'm literally designed off of a rock me and my grandma cut. I have a glass cylinder of rocks that I have picked in different hikes. I should see if I have anything fun. Learning about rocks teaches you a lot more than just rocks. It does. Learning about rocks is important. It is important, and it just shows us about life. I truthfully think rocks are important. I hope you understand just the amount of passion that I have to do this, and this is why I will keep getting better and better and better and better. It's because no matter what, no matter who comes around to do it, no matter what happens, I will always strive to be the best. Always. And I will always strive to do the best education, to adapt and continue to be better. But with that, guys, it's time to raid out. And we're going to go talk about, let's see, who do we want to raid? I think we will raid. Who do we want to raid? I might have 20 for Smokey. It's tough climbing around and digging and all the walking around and the dedication to do all that. You miss so much. It's okay, Zora. Don't worry about it. Waiter Bishop, thank you for the follow. Okay, I only say this at the end of streams. If you ever want to support me, there are links down there. Rice made me do them. Did you see the things Rice made for under the stream? Thank you, Rice. We really appreciate you. If you are ever going to sub to me, use Bezos's money. Don't use your own. At 100 subs, we're gonna do the Garnet song. I would also put 20 on Smokey, and I would be trying. I'm told that I'm very passionate. So, yeah. Don't worry, cats. When we fight, it'll be... Don't worry, it's not a fight anymore. It's called demolishing, right? I will demolish. Okay, let's raid out to Snowy. What should our raid message be? What should our raid message be? Smokey was a powerlifter? I was. That's our raid message. I'm throwing the boulder. Throw a boulder. Throw a boulder. That's our raid message. Can somebody type that in chat for me? I can also do it. Okay. Bye, everybody. Please copy our raid message. Please copy our raid message. Treat Snowy with respect and kindness as always. Please stick around for raid. It means a lot. It helps us as a community as well. Copy the raid message. Copy it. Copy it. I want to see it right now. Gotta go, 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 gotta go, gotta go, gotta go, 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 gotta go, gotta go, gotta go, 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 gotta go, gotta go, go, go. Okay. Bye-bye, my friends. You're all amazing and wonderful people. You guys are doing great. I'm very proud that you guys are learning so much from class. It truthfully drives me to do better. Okay. Bye, friends.